Give me a second. Not seeing a notification.
Neither am I.
But YouTube occasionally just doesn't notify.
Are you saying that advance have cured death?
We're still vassal slaves.
I see. No, you don't appear to be live. I am on the right channel, aren't I? swtor saga.
Oh.
It's all in the Bible. Look, Leviticus.
Pete, everything alright?
Yeah. Oh, it's working now.
I cannot believe you.
Turn off.
Are you saying that advance have cured death?
We're still vassal slaves.
Hello?
We're just in
Hello there.
We're only getting started.
Good evening. I'm Jeremy Johnson. Our main story is...
Daddy, it's starting!
It's all in the Bible. Leviticus. What a wild ride this has been.
I'm gonna see if I can get Seb to watch.
Hi, David, I have a call for you. I'm just putting it through. All right, mate. Dave here. Listen, I know
I'm
you've
still
only
not
come in
seeing
and
the
cleaned up
stream.
the place, but I've got a bit caught up, so you're gonna have to run the news tonight. Now, don't worry, it's not hard, and I'm gonna stay on the phone and help you. First, I'm gonna give you a quick tour of the broadcast room, so if you're not doing it already, look forwards towards all those screens. Right, look up at the top. That coloured bar
I'll put
is
the
your
link in the
audience. You want to keep
Skype
the viewers
chat.
going up and not down.
What you doing
Underneath that,
for?
you've got the screens. The one on the right is the broadcast screen. That's what the viewers are seeing at home.
Mate, that's
It's only a couple of seconds behind the master screen there in the middle.
I don't know
That's
why
the
that
one
makes
you
me laugh.
control. Now the four small screens on the left show the different signals coming from the studio, and you can choose between them using the numbered buttons on the vision mixer at the bottom left. Don't worry, I'll talk you through it and you'll pick it up in no time. Now, have a look to your
Well,
left.
hello there.
These plugs control everything in the studio.
Nice to
I've
see you
left them
again,
set up for you,
Mackenzie.
so provided you haven't fiddled with them, all you have to do now is throw the master trip switch and we're in business.
When I heard
Once
Greg
you've got the
Davies saying
power,
hello there, I
face the
thought I
front
have to
again.
use
You can
that.
see on the broadcast screen that we're in the end titles for the show before us. Fortunately, they go on for fucking ages, so there's plenty of time for me to explain. Oh, right, okay, they're over, so we haven't got long now till the broadcast. Right, quickly, mate, look down under the desk. You can see a load of videotapes on the left. They're your adverts. Pick any three and load them into the machines on the right. When you've done that, look up to the front again. Right, won't be long now till the signal starts coming through from the station. Stay on your toes.
still
All the
am not
bigwigs
seeing
win tonight 'cause
the
of
stream.
election, so we better not make any
Oh,
mistakes.
okay. Appear to, be on it now.
When you get the signal, select
Oh,
screen
I'm
one with the
watching
vision
it
mixer
without
and we're ready to
sound.
go.
Prawn and mayonnaise?
You know seafood makes me go out in pustules.
Yeah, I thought it might increase our viewing figures.
Every day, you offer me prawns every...
10 seconds, everybody. That's how I show love.
You're trying to kill me.
And yet you persist, going 5, 4.
Good evening, I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Our main stories tonight.
Okay,
Moving on
we're
up.
all good.
The election
Next
win
is
that
going to be the
experts
throw
say
of the
just
news
couldn't
titles
happen.
on screen too.
Hopeful or
There'll
hostile.
be a countdown, but I'll count you in as well. Just relax, mate. It's all gravy.
Buys Honest Andy's Totally Independent and corners the flowered market. Top chat. Sports fans everywhere celebrate as popular footballer
Right.
Johnny Hams leaves. Wins Sports Personality of the Year. Wins Sports Personality of the Year. A spoonful of sugar. And Meghan will be chatting with movie star Lawrence Blunderclatch about his new movie, The Medicated.
Let's see.
And, of course, we'll be going live to Advance headquarters to hear what the leaders of this fledgling party have to say on their historic.
Right, button
That's all
2
coming up on
in
tonight.
3,
National
2,
Nightly News.
1, now. Lovely, mate. Next thing is to throw back to Jeremy with button 1 when that globe in the middle shrinks down and vanishes. Here it comes. Switch to screen 1, now. Lovely, mate.
First, the votes are in and it's a decisive win for Advance. The landslide
Listen, mate,
with
we
a
often
majority
get a bit of
of
interference
81%
around this
of the
time of
popular
night,
vote.
so
It's
keep
just
your eye
one
on the
vote
machine
in
on the
the
bottom
middle.
right. You can move
Advance
that
has
white
built
dot
a
up and
big
down,
up and down the country
avoiding
with
the
their bold
interference
promises
using the
of
yellow
turning
knob or
The
your
critics
scroll
have accused
wheel.
it of a severe lack of actual policies and of being deliberately vague. The opposition parties have all conceded defeat to Advance's overwhelming mandate, but have yet to appear publicly.
Right,
However,
it's going well. All you've got to do now is play the advert at the end of the segment. Make sure you don't play it too early or we'll all get fired. Now the clock at the top is counting you down to the advert. When it reaches 0, press one of the 3 play ad buttons over there at the bottom right. I normally play the first one at the first break and so on, but you can play them in any order you want. I'll count you into it as well, but keep your eye
later in
on
the
the
program,
clock.
we'll be going live to Advance HQ to hear the co-leaders' acceptance speech.
And 3,
That's all coming
2,
up.
1, advert.
1 minute back, everybody. Everybody. Jeremy, I need you to fill after the ads.
What? Why?
Wanker Snatch is running late.
Oh,
I thought I'd ask him about the election.
personally, I wouldn't try to confuse him with any big words.
That's the same policy we use with you.
I thought that was our little secret.
It's all right, he doesn't remember anything I tell him.
I'm deeply uncomfortable with your burgeoning friendship.
Love you too.
Yeah.
Wicked. We've made it into the first ad break. You're
I'm
doing
not
great,
sure
mate.
you're
Wait.
audible on the
This is
stream,
where it
Jack.
starts getting a bit trickier. This
No.
next sequence is what we call a multi-cam sequence because you're going to be cutting between multiple cameras to keep things interesting. A lot of it's down to
No, you're definitely not. The game is, you're not.
Yeah. Yeah, the game is and we are, but you're not.
See what I mean?
Oh, that's gonna be awkward.
See what I mean? We are.
Oh, that's gonna be awkward.
See what I mean? We are.
Oh, that's gonna be.
Right. What is your...
Go into OBS.
Does your mic /aux meter on your mixer. Is that muted? I wouldn't say you'd want push to talk if you're live streaming.
Am I being heard now?
We'll soon find out.
If that was the case, it would appear my mic's picking my voice up.
Yep.
Well, why in
We
the
can
hell,
hear you now.
well, why in the hell was push to talk selected?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can.
Well, that's a terrible shame because it means we've missed out the amusing joke where the phone rings and then my mom calls me.
Personal taste, but here's 3 good rules of thumb. 1. Try and keep the shot on whoever is doing the talking. 2. Don't stay on the same shot for too long. 10 seconds at the most. So if you're on the person who's talking, try and throw in the odd reaction shot or pull out to the wide shot for a bit just to keep it interesting. 3. Don't stay on reaction shots for too long. A couple of seconds is usually enough. Then the audience want to see who's doing the talking, yeah? Stick to these rules and you'll be fine. It's not as complicated as it sounds. You've seen programmes on television, haven't you? Make it look like those. Might as well get screen 1 selected now. No need to wait for the broadcast to start. Try and stay ahead, mate.
Quiet in the studio.
Thank you so much.
10 seconds, everybody.
Back on Jeremy.
Going in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News. Later we'll be hearing from shock election winners Advance, but first
Get
off,
ready to go to Megan on screen 4.
is here with a star of both stage and screen. Megan?
Thank you, Jeremy. Megan Wolfe, culture correspondent. And today I have a guest who starred in everything from Shakespeare
Right,
to
go to
Shop-
Blunderclatch on screen 3 when she says his name.
by none other than Lawrence Blunderclatch. Thank you so much for coming on.
Oh my dear.
Go to 3, go to 3!
Oh, we can see him.
Switch to 2 for the wide now.
May I say, having you here with us is on my cards.
Right, now just try and stay on whoever's talking.
Latest movie, which is called The Medicated.
The medicated, yes.
Wow, what was that like?
Well, as I said to Peter at the wrap, that's Peter Jensen, the director.
Give us a look at Megan's reaction. Lovely. Now back to Thunder Twat.
I worked with him on several movies, all terribly successful. I said to Peter, what a wild ride this has been. And you know what, Megan? I really meant that.
That is fantastic. And am I right in saying that the character you play in this movie is quite an academic one?
Absolutely right. A scientist.
Was that a challenge at all?
What exactly are you implying? But seriously, yes, you're right. It was a complete departure from my last starring role when I played Sergeant Brock Rockman in Bullet Man. You'll remember that that was the true story of one soldier's fight for a love that surpasses all else. A love, of course, for freedom. I think it's grossed over on Billy, but we'll see who's counting.
It's a role that saw you scoop 2 Best Actor awards, if I remember correctly.
It's so sweet of you to mention it. But I really am not in it for the awards, although those 3 little statues do take quite a place on my mantelpiece.
With all the others, I'm sure. So, if you're not doing it for the awards, what is it then that drives you?
That's a beautiful question, Megan, and not easy to answer.
Asking why we actors
Like
act.
you, and
Yeah.
cut me, and I will bleed. And often, that's how it feels, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Bleeding, giving, suffering for one's audience. I suppose in the end, I do it for the difference it makes. I do it for the people that I inspire, the little people. But most of all,
Been
I
on that
think
show
I
a bit
do it for
long.
the positive change that I can bring about in the world.
And today, of course, we're in for some real change, it looks like, in the coming few months. What do you make of this historic election result?
Oh, well. Well, now you're asking. Historic election result. Indeed, historic is the word. Well, it's difficult, isn't it? Very difficult. But I think I've always been quite clear that when it comes to politics, one should always strive to not fuck things up.
Shit, he swore. Oh, well, don't worry, he won't do it again. Shit, he did it again. Okay, don't panic. I'll explain how to deal with swearing at the break.
It's alright, I already know how to use the
Right,
censor
I've
button.
swapped the shot of Jeremy on screen 1 for a VT of the movie clip. You'll get a countdown on the screen, but I'll just let Megan cue you in.
My character, Dr. Lance Hemlock, is faced with a decision that could affect humanity's very survival.
Exciting stuff. Let's take a look.
This is apparently an excerpt from a movie.
Watch out for that interference, mate.
Doctor.
I don't understand it.
God, looks like Blunderclad. She's losing it in the studio. I'd love to hear what he's saying, but don't switch to it now. You can go to the archive when the broadcast's done. We keep everything.
I don't know that.
No, Lance, we mustn't. Think of Carol.
It's Dr. Lance to you, Miss Flanagan.
Did it for you, baby. All for you.
Dr. Hemlock.
Gonna change the world, you know. Man, listen.
Dr. Hemlock.
You told me, but I didn't listen.
Doctor.
I'm drowning, Lance, you said.
You need to see this.
No, it's all too late.
Look at this!
The virus. The sterility. This folder. This is the key.
Let's stop it all.
At
Yes!
the end of the clip, you'll want to play another ad. Remember to use the clock at the top to count you in.
If we should.
Right, I guess I better explain how to deal with bleeping out swear words. As you've probably noticed, the broadcast screen, here, is about 2 seconds behind the master screen, here. When someone says a naughty word, the bleep button lights up, like this. 2 seconds later, you'll hear that swear word going out on the broadcast, and you need to hold down the bleep button or the spacebar on your keyboard.
I find
for
it's
as
better
long
to
as
just look for
swear
the red
word
shape
lasts.
that's on the
It can take
that
a
goes
bit of
on the red
practice
line.
getting used
Press
to hearing
space
two
for its
things at
duration.
once. Just stay calm and you'll get it. And if you can't tell
You
when
guys
to
still
bleep,
there?
just above the
Yeah.
button, you'll literally be able to see the sound scrolling by. All you gotta do is hold it down while the red bit is over the red line. Simple.
Yeah.
Of course, if you do it by eye, you'll have to take your eye off the screens. That's why real professionals do it by ear. Most people like to have the volume of the broadcast screen a little bit
Sometimes
below the
I'm
master
responding
screen.
to the
Then set it
delayed
down.
version of you on the stream.
Ah. That's
Mate, if you don't turn up the broadcast volume, you won't be able
I don't want to
type
hear
your
it, you
bleeps.
stupid idiot.
Good. You're set to start censoring. Like I say, it takes a little practice, but I'll try and help you through it, and soon we'll have you bleeping like a pro. Remember, button lights up, count 1, 2,
Apparently
and
he's been
hold
drinking
it
since
down.
lunchtime.
Christ, he's a liability in the best of times.
I know. God help whoever has to bleep this. 10 seconds, everybody!
I mean, a lawyer and a TV personality running the country. Seriously?
We've had worse. 5, 4, 3...
Welcome back. And I'm told we can now
The
go
political
live to
interview
Advanced
from
headquarters,
the
where
ones
two
who are
leaders,
currently running the
Peter Clement
country in
and
this
Julia
game.
Salisbury, are about to make their acceptance address.
Oh shit, he's pissed.
Shall I
Get ready to
start?
bleep.
Go for it, Pat.
Okay, well, thank you all for coming, and, well, where do I start? What a day.
They said we couldn't do
They
it.
certainly did.
They used every dirty, low-down, lying, southern bastard trick they had against us. But you, the people,
Nice.
you saw right through their shite.
I'm sorry about the language there.
Sorry about that. I've had a couple of celebratory pints. It makes me coarser than a granny's fanny.
Memorably put.
Nailed it.
But to be honest, who can blame Peter for celebrating? Throughout the campaign, you've heard us say that Advance are not a political party. A party's what you have when things are going well. When the country is suffering, you don't need a party. You need a team. A team that can change things. But today is day one of a new future. A better, fairer future. So perhaps we should all be celebrating.
Except for the rich. For them, the party's over. They shouldn't be celebrating. They should be putting their shitting pants on and opening their dusty checkbooks.
Again, colourfully put, but not inaccurate. Before we came out here to address the nation, we used our executive powers to pass the Assets and Wealth Act. Working with the tax office, we have produced a definitive list of every person in the country with wealth into the millions.
You know this sort of problem. You rather you don't. Because the likes of you and me are not welcome in their gated communities.
Tomorrow, we will be introducing a sweeping reform of the tax system in this country. No more hiding wealth offshore, no more trust funds or creative accounting. A simpler, fairer, unavoidable set of tax laws.
So all you bastard public school snobs have got nowhere to hide. And earlier today, we revoked your passports.
God, if only.
You want to leave like you threatened before the election? That's fine. But first, you're going to pay up. You're going to pay back.
Advance are going to turn this country from a nation of warring individuals into a team. To properly fund health and education. To raise the living standards of us all.
The pundits said we'd have to raise billions. But you'll see when we've reclaimed what's ours, that's absolute ferret shite. So to you posh twats.
The people who pay you a pittance to serve them drinks in their private clubs. The people whose children you raise.
So they've got time to get even fucking richer.
Advance have this to say to you.
It ends today.
We are coming for your sports cars and your mansions and your vineyards.
It ends today.
We will put the wealth of this country back where it should have always been. In the hands of the people who created it.
It ends today.
Yes, it ends today. And tomorrow, we'll start making it fair again. Just like we promised we would.
And until then, ladies and gents...
Guess what he's going to say.
I suggest we all get pissed.
I can't argue with that. Thank you for your time.
Well then, interesting acceptance speech there from the leaders of Advance. And our apologies for the fruity language. Hopefully we got that bleeped out for you in time. If not, someone's going to be in trouble.
Won't be me, I'll just say it was Pete's
as the
fault.
country braces itself for new government, that's all from us this evening at the National Nightly News. We'll be back tomorrow with full coverage of the first day under Advance. I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Have a peaceful night.
Right, looks like you've done it now. Thanks for the help, mate. I've got to go. Ferry's about to leave. Probably won't be coming back.
What, me on the one in the game?
Same old boring politics then.
It would appear my tutorial man has just buggered off.
Dying now or something.
You should be so lucky. I'll see you tomorrow night.
Not coming for a drink?
No, got a date.
Lucky you. Try not to get murdered.
A+.
I've left you a voicemail. I thought you'd end up here. Most people come out of the archive room when they're
This
done with
area's
the broadcast. That way you can see what you did and how it looked to the
Quite
public.
innovative game idea.
There's 3 sections to the archive. Broadcasts, that's what you put out. Rushes, which is all the stuff that was on all the screens. And adverts, which is any advert that you've chosen to show. So let's have a look at the broadcasts. Okay, on the left you can see all the broadcasts that you've done. You can also get to hear from the main menu if you don't actually want to do it.
These are all my
You just want to
previous
see
works.
some of your past work. Select any of those and click load tape. Why not watch what you just did? When you're done, hit back.
Well, in a few moments,
This
we'll be
is
going
my
live to
work.
tonight's
This is what
National
I
Nightly
done
News.
in that last
But before
recording.
that, let's take a look at what's coming up later on tonight on Channel 1. at 7 o'clock. It's the semi-final of the quotation game, and it's a nail-biting quiz tonight.
Oh, where do we live without the fast forward button?
Yep.
Market. Top chat. Sports fans everywhere celebrate as popular footballer Johnny. But first, the votes are in and it's a decisive win for Advance. The landslide victory, with an astonishing 81% of the popular vote, is the biggest election win in living memory. Advance appealed to voters up and down the country with their bold promises of permanent change, but critics have accused him of a severe lack of actual policies and of being deliberately vague. The opposition parties have all conceded defeat to Advance's overwhelming mandate, but have yet to appear publicly. However, former Home Secretary Geoffrey Jeffreys has issued a statement in which he comments that we have all been seduced by the shiny wrapping paper, but have yet to see the contents of the box. Sounds like sour grapes to me, Jeff. After the break, Megan Wolf will be speaking to a man whose grapes certainly aren't sour, the international heartthrob and inexplicable box office sensation that is Lawrence Blunderclash. And later in the program, we'll be going live to Advance HQ to hear the co-leader's acceptance speech. That's all coming up after the break.
Alan James.
I'm Alan James. You might want to get used to this guy.
Alan James.
He'll be back.
Alan James is right.
I'm Alan James.
Alan James is right in front of you.
I don't want to scare you, but you should be scared.
There must be something in the food!
I don't want to upset you, but you should weep for the world.
They're gonna take your poor sweet grandma.
And I don't mean to shock you, but
You need to wake up! I'm Alan James, and I'll slap you so hard with the truth, you'll still be picking facts out of your face the following Wednesday. Alan James.
What do you
Coming
think of
to
this
a
guy?
city near you. Check local press for dates and times.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News. Later we'll be hearing from shock election winners Advance, but first our very own culture reporter Megan Wolf is here with a star of both stage and screen. Megan?
Thank you, Jeremy. Megan
Not
Wolf,
impossible.
culture correspondent. And today I have a guest who starred in everything from Shakespeare to the Shotbot films. I'm very excited to be joined today by none other than Lawrence Blunderclash. Thank you so much for coming on.
Oh, my dear, I do hope you believe me when I tell you that being with you today is among the greatest joys of my life.
May I say, having you here with us is among ours.
I do like FMV
So you've just
ones. I
finished
don't
filming
think they're
your
enough
latest
of them.
movie, which is called The Medicated.
The Medicated, yes.
Wow, what was that like?
Well, as I said to Peter at the Wrap, that's Peter Jensen, the director. Do you know him? He's a wonderful chap, he really is. I've worked with him on several movies, all terribly successful. I said to Peter, what a wild ride this has been. And do you know what, Megan? I really meant that.
Wow, that is fantastic. And am I right in saying that the character you play in this movie is quite an academic one?
Absolutely right. A scientist.
Was that a challenge at all?
What exactly are you implying? But seriously, yes, you're right. It was a complete departure from my last starring role when I
Want me to
played
fast forward this a
Sergeant
bit because you've already
Brockman in
watched
Bullet
this
Man.
bit, mostly.
You'll remember that that was the true story of one soldier's fight for a love that surpasses all others.
I love, of course.
I don't mind watching it again.
Oh, yeah, sorry Pete, you're a bit late.
It's not your fault.
You think I don't know that?
Oh, you missed.
Miss what?
Oh, that was before we censored it.
Yeah. Don't worry about censorship. There'll be plenty of opportunities for that. Adverts. One of the many constancies in existence, wouldn't you say?
Welcome back, and I'm told we can now go live to Advance headquarters, where the two leaders, Peter Clement and Julia Salisbury, are about to make their acceptance address.
Not for broadcast.
Shall I start?
Go for it, Pat.
Okay, well, thank you all for coming, and, well, where do I start? What a day.
They said we couldn't do it.
They certainly did.
They used every dirty, low-down, lying southern they had against us, but you, the people, you saw right through the
I'm sorry about the language there.
Sorry about that. I've had a couple of celebratory pints. It makes me coarser than the grownest
Memorably put. But to be honest, who can blame Peter for celebrating? Throughout the campaign, you've heard us say that Advance are not a political party. A party's what you have when things are going well. When the country is suffering, you don't need a party. You need a team. A team that can change things. But today is day one of a new future. A better, fairer future. So perhaps we should all be celebrating.
Except for the rich. For them, the party's over. They shouldn't be celebrating. They should be putting their pants on and opening their dusty checkbooks.
Again, colourfully put, but not inaccurate. Before we came out here to address the nation, we used our executive powers to pass the Assets and Wealth Act. Working with the tax office, we have produced a definitive list of every person in the country with wealth into the millions.
You know this sort of... Probably you rather you don't. Because the likes of you and me are not welcome in their gated communities.
Tomorrow, we will be introducing a sweeping reform of the tax system in this country. No more hiding wealth offshore, no more trust funds or creative accounting. A simpler, fairer, unavoidable set of tax laws.
So, all you public school snobs have got nowhere to hide. And earlier today, we revoked your passports. You want them back? You want to leave like you threatened before the election? That's fine. But first, you're going to pay up. You're gonna pay back.
Advance are going to turn this country from a nation of warring individuals into a team. To properly fund health and education. To raise the living standards of us all.
The pundits said we'd have to raise billions. But you'll see when we've reclaimed what's ours, that's absolute ferret. So to you posh
people who pay you a pittance to serve them drinks in their private clubs, the people whose children you raise.
So they've got time to get even richer.
Advance have this to say to you.
It ends today.
We are coming for your sports cars and your mansions and your vineyards.
It ends today.
We will put the wealth of this country back where it should have always been. In the hands of the people who created it.
It ends today.
Yes. It ends today. And tomorrow, we'll start making it fair again. Just like we promised we would.
And until then, ladies and gents, I suggest we all get pissed.
I can't argue with that.
Right, click on rushes and let's have a look at those. Okay, these 4 screens, they're exactly the same as the 4 screens that feed you the studio signal when you're doing the actual news. Of course, the difference here is you can mute any screen you like or any combination of
Would you like to know what was going on when I wasn't editing the footage?
Just select any segment, that's any bit between ad breaks over on the left.
These aren't my cards. Please tell me these aren't my cards.
No, they're the right ones, apparently.
Oh, but this gives me nothing, Jenny. They must see that.
Oh no, I think they think you won't have anything to say.
The meltdown the actor had on set.
That's what you're about to
Come
see.
on,
then.
it's a huge day. It's not an
Absolute bonehead. I don't care, Rob. I'm not doing it. I agreed to do one beastly interview a day. I made that completely clear when we started. Check my contract.
Hi, I'm Megan.
Oh, piss off! You're on thin bloody ice,
I
Rob.
wasn't talking to her, I don't think.
Whole wheat, man. Whole wheat.
We're coming back from the break. Quiet in the studio.
Thank you so much.
10 seconds, everybody.
I love this guy.
Going in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News. Later we'll be hearing from stock election winners Advance. But first our very own culture reporter.
What'd you say?
And today I have a guest who starred
I
in
keep thinking
everything
you're
from
talking to me on the
Shakespeare
Skype.
to the shop.
Among the greatest joys of my life.
May I say, having you here with us is among ours.
Is it supposed to be that loud?
So you've just
No. I don't know why it is. Yes, for some reason you have to pause it.
I've worked with him on several.
I'm trying to skip ahead to the moment where he melts down again.
Sergeant Brock Rockman in Bullet Man.
You'll remember that was a true story of one soldier's fight for a love that surpasses all else. A love, of course. Just read it. I think it's grossed over $1 billion, but obviously he's counting. So all that's good too, that's true. If I remember correctly.
not doing it for the...
That's a beautiful question, Megan. And not easy to answer. Like you, I'm afraid. Cut me, and I will be. And often...
He does sound like one of the chipmunks now, don't you think?
Yes.
I suppose in the end, I do it for the difference it makes. I do it for the people that I inspire. The little people. But most of all, I think I do it for the positive change that I can bring about in the world. And today, of course, we're in for some real change, it looks like, in the coming few months.
I can mute these television sets here, so
Well, now you're asking. Historic election result. Indeed, historic is the word.
Now it sounds like big worms.
I think I've always been quite clear that when it comes to politics, that one should always...
Strive to not fuck things up.
Opens next week around the country. Lawrence, do tell us what's going on here.
I'd be delighted. This is a really pivotal scene where my character, Dr. Lance Hemlock, is faced with a decision that could affect humanity's very survival.
Exciting stuff. Let's take a look.
Oh well.
And we're out.
Rob, get the car, we're out of here.
Mr. Blundercatch. Mr.
No! I'm shutting this down. What kind of operation are you people running?
Mr. Blundercatch, I understand you're upset, but we can...
Look at him there.
Half of it. Rob! I'll be at the Dorset. Send up a bottle of scotch and a whole ham. It's in my contract.
A bottle of scotch and a whole ham.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just had to. I had to. Go on then. Say it.
What?
I told you so.
Your hair looked nice.
See, this is why you're single.
Well, what did you think of his meltdown?
What exactly did she do wrong?
I don't know. I don't think there was any way of her coming out of that unscathed. I mean, the guy was absolutely distraught over the look of his sandwich. It was humorous, though. Whole wheat, man.
There is cheese in this sandwich. You know how sick this is going to make me? Come and stand outside the bathroom. I want to yell at you some more.
I've clicked on the wrong thing. I meant to click continue. My bad. Day 1. Dear Lola, thank you very... Oh, sorry, that's the wrong thing. Yes, this is more character backstory-ish. Why don't you decide on the things for me to click on, Ollie?
Oh, I've just noticed the time. Yeah, I'm sorry, I've got to go.
Oh, pity.
Yeah. I have some big things to do. But this is a very entertaining game from what I've seen.
Yeah.
I might get this off the broadcast.
I might go as well.
Alright.
I'll see you guys later.
Are you coming back, by the by?
I don't think I will.
Alright.
I won't be able to come back tonight.
Alright, well, this has been the swtor saga, playing Not for Broadcast with Pete and Ollie. We don't know when we'll be coming back. So, until that time, I suggest you all get, I don't know, plastered or something.
Bye.
Bye.